Hi everybody, welcome to the show. Today we're talking about homeschooling and sick days. It happens to everybody. We all have them. We all get sick. Just a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago, was the sickest I've probably been in since we've been married, so at least 7 years. I spent 4 entire days on the couch, could not get off the couch. And for a lot of people that would be really stressful, because what do you do with your kids when you are sick? What do you do with your kids when they are sick? And especially when you're homeschooling, when you don't have a place to send them, where you aren't sending them off to school for the day, where you can rest, and when you are entirely in charge of their education. What do you do when you are sick, when one of the kids are sick, when your whole family is sick? How do you make sure that everybody is properly educated and cared for when you are feeling under the weather? I think we need to talk about the benefits of homeschooling and sick days, because one of the best benefits you can have about homeschooling is that you don't have to worry about sick days. Your kids aren't going to fall behind because they didn't do something on a specific day. They're not going to miss their worksheets. They're not going to have to catch up. I remember teaching first grade and having parents ask me, well, what did my kid miss yesterday? What did my kid miss yesterday? And your kid was gone for 1 day. They didn't miss that much. They missed maybe 1 math worksheet and 1 page of spelling. We read a book. We talked about some science activities. We had our phys ed time in the gym. They didn't miss that much that they need to physically do. But we've been conditioned that if the kids haven't completed their worksheets and they haven't done the actual assignments every single day, that they didn't learn anything. And that's just not true. So I think we need to, as homeschool parents, get that out of our heads, that just because they didn't do a worksheet today doesn't mean that they didn't learn something. And embrace the fact that when our kids are sick, we can take the whole day off. We can take 2 or 3 or 4 days off and let them fully recover. Let them be in the best physical and mental and emotional state that they can be to learn, and embrace that. And know that they're not going to miss out. Because really, let's think about it. Kids who are sick, they end up not being able to learn anything. They spend most of their day wiping their nose, coughing, exhausted. They're, gazing at the ceiling in a school, because that's, they don't have the energy to do what they need to do. So they're not learning anyway. So as homeschool parents, we just need to let that go. It is okay to take sick days. It is okay to take days where, you sit on the couch and you watch movies and you just let them play on their iPad if they want, or let them read stories. It's fine. It's okay. And those are great things to do when you're sick. But then you have this guilt. I know it comes, especially as parents, when you have the guilt of when you are sick. Because I have to say, I felt guilty because for 4 days, I couldn't spend more than 5 minutes sitting up, let alone doing anything. I had to actually physically lay down for almost 4 days. And so you feel this guilt because you can't play with them. I couldn't even read, really, because I just didn't have the mental capacity to handle reading, with the headaches and stuff. So you feel guilty because what are you gonna do with your kids when you are sick, especially when you're in charge of the education? So here's some things that I think could really help when you are sick. I always want to say you can make anything educational. You can make absolutely anything in the world educational if you really wanted to. The day that I was the sickest was a Wednesday. And let me tell you, we watched 4 Princess Disney movies back to back. We took a break for lunch, but then we watched more. So let me tell you, and that's all we did. That is literally all we did, was watch princess movies for that entire day. You know what? That's okay. There are so many things that you can talk about that are educational. We talked about plots. We compared our movies. We compared the different heroines in our movies. We talked about symbolism, and we discussed a little bit of the history and architecture. There's so many things you can talk about even in a Disney movie that your kids are still going to learn something, right? They're still going to pick up something for the day, and that's really bonus, right? When you're sick, your kids are learning while you're sick. That's bonus. So while you could watch Disney movies all day or Netflix shows, that's great. You could also, instead of watching like just a fluffy show, you could put on something educational. We actually have a list of our top favorite educational documentaries and TV shows on Netflix. We will put that video in the link below. Because if you're going to sit there on the couch all day, maybe you can put on something that's going to teach you something you can learn from. That's always a great way to make what you're watching a little more educational, especially when it's something like, Storybox, where you're going to learn about all kinds of things, or Magic School Bus, right? So putting on an educational show is a great option for you when you are sick. You can also, if your kids are looking for something, sometimes you just need them to do something that's entertaining and quiet. So I'm a big fan of things like Play-Doh, Lego, puzzles. Those are great when you are sick because they require very little energy on your part. Other things that are really great, I like to keep like little art kits from the dollar store. We've actually gotten quite a few over the years. We get some at Christmas or Easter. We've gotten some for some birthday parties, and I take them home and I put them in our like craft closet. And when the kids are feeling okay, but I'm under the weather, those are great for me to pull out because literally it's just like open the package, here you go, and it gives them something to do, entertains them for 15-20 minutes, and then we're on our way. So yeah, those are great things. My kids love to color. But I think another thing that we often forget as homeschool parents and as parents in general, there is such an incredible thing that happens when kids have free time. Free time and the ability to just do what they want and explore things that they want and just sit in not knowing what to do is really good for kids. No one's ever died from being bored. It's okay to let them just like figure out what they want to do. Sometimes not having a specific agenda or a purpose or being told what to do really lets kids explore. It lets them work their little imaginations and come up with all kinds of things. It helps them be creative, and it can help them really kind of discover something new or rediscover something new that maybe they haven't done in a little while, especially if you are there telling them what to do all the time. So when I'm sick, I can tell you there's a lot of free time that happens, and I think my kids are better for it. Recently, Alexi really jumped back into her Lego, and I think it was because I was too sick to really entertain her for 3 or 4 days, and she really took to her Lego and was building little houses and bridges, and that's something she hasn't touched in a while, and that's because she had to sit in just not being told what to do all day. So never underestimate the power of free time and how having big chunks of free time is really good for your kids. So I'm hoping that you guys don't get sick, and I hope that you stay healthy. But if you do fall under the weather, I hope these tips are helpful to you. If you like this video and other content that we make, please subscribe. Make sure you click the bell to get notifications. And you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram, where we put out daily tips and tricks and inspiration. And yeah, thanks for watching, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.